पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम्। The question here was, कथं पुनः इदम् अत्यन्तस्थूलं पृथिव्यादि नामरूप जगत्? How is it that this extremely gross Jagat, the creation consisting of name and form such as earth and others, Sukshma, Atyanta Sukshma, Sadrupat, Namarupa Hirat, Satah Jayate. How can this gross universe of name and form be created from Sat, which is extremely subtle, devoid of names and forms, meaning that there is no compatibility whatever between the cause and effect, so it looks. And so to demonstrate how, even though you do not see the cause, it is very much there. Here, of course, so Sat is, here the question is Vailakshanyam. Between Sat and Jagat there is Vailakshanyam. They have totally contradictory characteristics. That's the question. Not whether Sat is seen or not seen, but that's the Vailakshanyam is the question. The answer is given. Father says, Nigrodha phalam ata aharayati. O my son, please get a fruit from this banyan tree. Idam bhagavati. Here it is, sir. Bhindeti. May you break that fruit. Bhinnam bhagavati. O venerable sir, the fruit is now broken as you desired. Kimatra pashyasi iti. Hey Shvetaketu, what do you see here in this fruit? Anyahaimaha dhanaha bhagavahiti. Anyaha anutaraha evaima dhanaha. I see those small seeds, dhanaha, like even subtler than atoms, small seeds, I see them. Asam ekam anga ekam bindeti. O my son, of all these seeds may you break one. Bhinna bhagavati. I've broken it. Kimatra pashyasiti. What do you see here? Na kinchana bhagavati. I do not see anything. And so all you can say is that this whole tree is very visible and very gross, and I don't see anything as a cause of the tree. Tam hovacha yam vaisomyetam animanam na libhan nibhalayase. Hey Somya, oh good looking one. Vadadhanayam bhinnayam. When you've broken one seed of this banyan tree, yam vadabija animanam na nibhalayase. You do not see the subtle state of that seed. Animanam, the subtleness you do not see. Vadasya bijabhutam animanam vadasya sukshma rupam dhanayam vidyamanam. In that seed there is vidyamanam, present or existing. Vadasya sukshma rupam, the very causal, the subtle form of that banyan tree is very much present in that seed. Na nibhalayase. But O my son, you do not see that. Tathapi, even though you do not see, even then, etasya animnah sukshmasya adrishyamanasya karyabhutah, of that which is the subtle essence, sukshmasya, very subtle, invisible to the naked eye, adrishyamanasya, not perceived, of this subtle seed or subtleness of the seed, karyabhutah sthula shakha skanda phalapalasavan mahanyagrodho tishtati. So from that subtleness or subtle essence, what you do not see, from that itself, mahanyagrodha, this great huge banyan tree, sthula shakha skanda phalapalasavan, which has very big, very huge stem, and the branches, and also possesses the fruits and the leaves, that huge tree, so tishtati, which is standing here. It is from that invisible subtleness that huge tree that you see here, standing here, is what is karyabhuta, is the product of that. So utpanna santishtati, being created from that, now you can see that standing in front here. Utshabdo va adhyaharya hai or uttishtati, it springs up from that. So even though you do not see the cause, the effect is very much there. Therefore you would accept that there is a cause, because without the cause, effect cannot be. If you accept the Satkaryavada, if you accept this view that the effect is potentially present in the material cause, like the ornaments are very much there in the lump of gold in a subtle form, unmanifest form. So the whole banyan tree is present in unmanifest form in that seed. So Satkaryavada, because something cannot come out of nothing. Therefore, only an existent cause can create or produce an existent effect, and that a non-existent thing can produce it. So Shraddhatsva Somya, therefore, hey Somya, Shraddhatsva, have faith, have Shraddha. What is it? Sata evanimna sthulam nam rupadimat karyam jagat utpannamiti. That's Dashtanta. So as far as the banyan tree is concerned, no Shraddha is required. Because we know the banyan tree has the effect very evident and gross. We know the seed as the very cause, and therefore that the banyan tree is present in the seed, even though it is not visible to the naked eye. That is a conclusion. That is something that is known from the demonstration. So there you don't need Shraddha. Where do you need Shraddha? Sata eva nimna sthulam nam rupadimat karyam jagat utpannamiti. That from Sat, which is extremely subtle, animna, which is subtle essence of the universe, sthulam nam rupadimat karyam jatamiti jagat utpannam. Jagat consisting of name and form, utpannam is created from that Sat. Shraddhatsva, have Shraddha. So question was that Sanmulaha Sumima Prajaha. Earlier it was stated that all these beings have their moolam, their cause in Sat. Sadayatanaha, Sat Pratishta, in all the 3 periods of time. During creation, sustenance, dissolution, in all the stages, in fact, the effect obtains in the material cause. So, Shruti has already said, then also, Drishyate iti itu iti. We also find that the effect does emerge from a cause which is not compatible, like a scorpion emerging from cow dung, or like the hair emerging from the living body, sentient body. Jagataha sat karyatva siddhe. So Shraddha is Jagataha sat karyam. Jagat of the universe is effect of Sat or existence. But the Tikakara says that from the demonstration, from the Shruti, from the reasoning also, it is quite evident that Jagat has its source in Sat. Shraddhamantarenapi tan nirnaya sambhavat kimiti Shvetaketu Shraddhatsvaiti pitra niyujyate. Why Shvetaketu asked by his father that may you have Shraddha niyujyate. When it is so Shraddha is here enjoined for developing the conviction that the Jagat has its cause in Sat. But that conviction could be created from what the Shruti has already said, as well as from this demonstration reasoning. Then what's the need for Shraddha? So Vashyakara said, so let us read on the page 275. यद्यपि न्याय आगमाभ्याम निर्धारित है अर्थ है तथैव अवगम्यते तथापि अत्यंत सूक्ष्मेषु अर्थेषु बाह्य विषयासक्त मनसः स्वभाव प्रवृत्तस्य असत्याम गुरुतरायाम श्रद्धायाम दुर्गमत्वं स्यात् इत्याह श्रद्धत्स्व इति. यद्यपि न्याय आगमाभ्याम निर्धारित अर्थ, even though a meaning or a siddhanta, a principle has been arrived at by nyaya reasoning as agama, the shruti in this particular case. Agama is sanmulaha swayamimah praja. Nyaya is drishyate tu nyaya. Tathaiva iti avagamyate, that means that conviction arises and is meant to be conveyed, and therefore we don't have any doubt that the effect is present in the cause, and therefore Jagat also is present in Sat. We don't seem to have any doubt. Tathapi atyanta sukshmeshu artheshu. Still, when the entities are, principles are extremely subtle, bhashya vishasakta manasa swapravrutasya. For an ordinary person, I don't know where is the scope of that person for this teaching anyway, but in case, So, bhashya vishayasaktasya, a person whose mind, is very much attached to or fascinated by the external pleasures. Svabhava pravrutasya, who only lives or follows his svabhava, follows his vasanas or ragadveshas, a person who lives a life as prompted by his vasanas or ragadveshas. And therefore one whose mind is very extrovert, because it is controlled by the fascinations for the external objects and achievements. Asatyam, gurutaram, shraddhayam. For a person like that, whether Shvetiketu is that kind of person or anyway, in general this teaching is imparted in general level for a person like that. Asatyam, gurutarayam, shraddhayam. Unless that person has shraddha, which is gurutara. Guru means very strong and much stronger shraddha is there. Until then, duravagamatvam, it is not possible for him to grasp or comprehend extremely subtle principles unless he has a strong or powerful shraddha. In the words of the teacher and the words of the scriptures, therefore, his mind does not get distracted. So he has a shraddha and bhakti. He has a faith, trust, an implicit trust as well as devotion for the teacher and also for the scriptures. Therefore, when he listens to the teacher, then his mind does not get distracted, and therefore he is able to connect with the teacher and grasp what the teacher is unfolding, because we require that tuning up. It is Shraddha that brings about the tuning up between the disciple and the teacher. And also for a disciple who is immature, meaning they are not prepared, Gurutaram, you require a strong Shraddha. Siddhanagiri, Satyam Vishadhayam, Katham Bhashya Vishayasakta Manasa, Atyanda Sukshmeshu Ardeshu Avagamasyaditi. Alright? Say that this person has a very firm conviction about the veracity of the true veracity of the word of the teacher in the scripture, even if it is there. Katham Bhashya Vishayasakta Manasa, for a mind which is very much distracted by the fascination for the external pleasures. Atyanta sukshmetu varsheshu avagamaha. How can that extrovert mind have avagama, can have the knowledge of the entities like Sat, which are extremely subtle? The Ashangya Shraddhayam tu Subhashyakara says, Shraddhayam tu satyam manasah samadhanam buhutsire arthe bhavet tatasya darthavagatihi. Shraddhayam tu satyam, when Shraddha is there, Gurutara Shraddha is there, Tato Bhakti Shraddha Bhara Guru Grunadbhyam Girishayat Swayam Taschedabhyam Tava Kimunu Vrittirna Phalati. So thus when Brahma and Vishnu, they were not able to find the end or the beginning of this column of light, or fire, which is Lord Shiva or which is Brahman. They did not give it up, like Indra did not give up. As far as Agni is concerned, he came back, Vayu came back from the Yaksha. But Indra, even though Yaksha disappeared from his side, he did not give up. He stood there with prayer. So the Shraddha and Bhakti, that's how Uma Haimavati, so Brahma Vidya appeared before him. There also Brahmaji and Vishnuji, they did not give up. Tato Bhakti Shraddha Bhara Guru Grunadbhyam. They started Grunat, they started Stuti, praising or praying to the Lord with very great Shraddha and Bhakti. Swam Tasthetabhyam. Lord Shiva on his own appeared before them. So Shraddha Bhakti. So Bhashyakara is Shraddhayam to Satyam Manasa Samadhanam Bhut Siddharthe Bhavet. So when Shraddha is there, Bhakti, that the Shraddha and the Bhakti have the power to gather the mind of this distracted person. Even very much distracted young man also, when he is watching something that he enjoys, listening to some film, song, etc., whatever it is that he enjoys, how that is capable of holding his mind. Similarly, Shraddha, strong Shraddha is capable of holding the mind or attention of even a normally distracted person. Shraddhayam satyam manasa samadhanam bhutsiterte buddhamichan buddhamichistam bhutsitam. So that artha or the principle or the siddhanta that you want to know, or the truth, or the tattva, the truth that you want to see or know. Manasa samadhanam bhavet. Even for a distracted person also, samadhanam, the ekagra chittada, the concentration of focus of the mind can happen when the Shraddha is there. Siddhanagi manas samadhan vasad bhut sitasya avagati yatra bhudarnika sudim samvadayati. So, manas samadhan vasad, when the manas samadhanam, the focus or concentration of the mind is there, bhut sitasya arthasya avagati. Avagati means knowledge. There is knowledge or comprehension of artha or that tattva or the truth, bhuvutsidam, which is desired to be known. Avagatihi, that comprehension happens. Ityatra Bruhudarnika Shrutim Samvadayati. For that Bhashyakara quotes here the statement from Bruhudarnika Upanishad. उसी दद टीका श्रद्धया मनस समाधाने सति वस्त्वगतिर भवति इति. When by Shraddha there is concentration of mind, then there is comprehension also of the teaching. Tatha means samadhanat. So tatasya tadartha avagatihi. By that samadhana concentration, there is comprehension of that principle, of that truth. This Tikakara says, Manas samadhana bhave yathava jnanam na bhavati. Iti vyatireka pradarsanartham kanvasutimaha. So Bhashyakara has chosen to quote here vyatireka shruti. So Kanvasruti means Brihadaranyaka here. Vyateka pradarsanartham, to show Vyateka or the opposite meaning. How manas samadhana bhave yathava jnanam na bhavati, in absence of the focus of the mind, how there is no comprehension of what is being communicated. For that, so the opposite, unlike this, is being quoted by Bhashyakara, says Anyatra. Anyatra manaha abhuvam ityadi shrutehe. Anyatra manaha abhuvam. What is Anyatra manaha? Yasya soham Anyatra manaha. Did you hear this? Did you hear? The retinue, lots of noise that was made by the retinue of, do you see? The king passed through just in front of you with elephants and all his red. Do you see? Anyatra manabhuvam na drishtam, I did not see. Na darsham, anyatra manabhuvam na shrausham, did not hear. Anyatra manasya soham anyatra manaha tatha atah na drishtavan asmi. Because my mind was elsewhere or distracted, therefore I did not see what passed by in front of me. Iti loka vyavaharam anuvadati shruti. Why should Brihadaranyaka Upanishad quote this, say this? This is not, you don't require Shruti to know this, but loka vyavaharam, this is anuvada. So this vakya anyatravana anubhav is anuvada in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It merely reiterates what is a matter of our experience. That's all that is stated there. There is quoted of Bhashyakara. So how this person, because his mind was distracted, therefore he could not see what was in front of him. He could not hear what passed by in front of him. And so, manasa samadhana bhave yathava jnanam na bhavati. You have to take the whole sentence. Bhashyakara quotes only part of the sentence, but take the whole sentence. Na darsham, I did not see. Na shrausham, I did not hear. So how, because that person's mind was distracted or preoccupied, really here it was, in fact it was concentrated. It's more an example of concentration, but anyway, how that person's mind was preoccupied and therefore he could not see, could not hear what was obviously in front of him. So the Shraddhatsva, the Shraddha is here justified with reference to, it's alright that the Upanishad, if you take this passage independently, then Shraddhatsva certainly makes sense. If you take the whole thing, then nothing makes sense. These questions and answers, but anyway, if you take them individually, that even when you break that little atomic seed, you do not see anything, but you know that the tree is present, if you are a Satkaryavadi, of course. Then Shraddha is required that even if you do not see the cause, that the cause is very much there, so from that demonstration the Shraddha can be created. You require Shraddha. Going to the next passage, page 275. Sa esho nima aitadatmavidam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvetaketo iti bhuya eva ma bhagavan vijñāpayatviti tatha somyeti hovacha. Sa esha anima, this is the subtle essence. Aiti datmidam sarvam, that is the very Atma, the very essence of the truth of this universe. Sa Atma, tat tat satyam, that alone is satyam, that abaditam, that's the truth. Sa atma, that is the atma, the self of this entire universe. Tattvamasi and Heshvedekadu, that's what you are. Iti. So Bhashyakara says, Sayah ityade uktartham. So that sentence has already been explained, and therefore it does not need any new explanation or further explanation. Then says Anandagiri, Pratyakshataha anupalabhyamanatvat nasti manvana shankate. A person who accepts Satkarya Vada, for that person he can accept that there is a cause present in the effect present in the cause. That huge tree is present in unmanifest form in that seed. This can be accepted by one who is a Satkarya Vada, meaning one who accepts the existence of the effect in the cause, he will accept it. For Asatkarya Vadi, for a person who doesn't accept that, who wants proof. So where is the proof that ornaments are present in the lump of gold? Where is the proof? Or the pots and pans are present in a lump of clay? Where is the proof? Pratyaksha is not there. Anumanam, that because effect is there, therefore cause must be there. But that's your Satkarya Vada. Anumanam is based on Satkarya Vada, but Anumanam for Asatkarya Vada it is not there. It's a Vada, meaning that even though you call it Anumanam, it's a Vada. It's a position. So you arrived at a certain conclusion based on your reasoning. So some people have the reasoning that something cannot come out of nothing, and therefore that the effect must be potentially present in the cause. So that is their reasoning. But Nayayika says that you say that the cause is what existed in the previous moment. What is material cause? That which exists in the previous moment before the effect is created. So Sankhya would say that the clay existed the moment before the pot, therefore clay is the cause. That fellow would say that no. But then pot was non-existent. Non-existence in fact existed before the creation of pot. Non-existence of pot. Existence of clay may alright, but then non-existence of pot is what existed before the creation of pot. Therefore non-existence or non-existent pot. Pot is not existent in the clay. So that's the reasoning. It's a Vada. Now the only pramanam we have is only Shruti, that's all. Sanmulaha Swaimaha Praja, that's all. Otherwise, you make one set of arguments, somebody can come with a different kind of arguments. So, pratyakshata anupalabhyamanatvat, because the effect is not evident in the cause. Nastiti manvana shankare. Therefore, asatkaryavadi, who does not accept the presence of effect in the cause, shankate, he raises a doubt here. Or the other tika says, Yadi jagataha moolam vadadhana gatavata bijavat sat tari tadvadeva sarvaihi upalabhyeta. Labhyeta, it should not labhyeta. Yadi jagataha moolam sat vadadhana gata bijavat, like the seed vadadhana gata vata bijavat. That's interesting. Vadadhana gata vata bijavat. Vata bija, the seed of the banyan tree. Where is that? In that dhana. In those atomic little things, there is a seed. That is not seed then, apparently. So anyway, they did not have any microscopes to determine, that the tree is present. So that is a seed. But anyway, Vatadhanagata, vatavat in fact. Vatadhanagata, vatavat. Like the vata tree you cannot see in the seed. Or, so, Jagatah Moolam Sat. So, how the Vatadhana is the cause of the Vata, similarly also, Sat is the cause of Jagat. Tari Tadvadeva Sarvai Upalabhyeta. Everybody should be able to see what I don't know. Tari Tadvadeva Sarvai Upalabhyeta. You should be able to see Sat as the cause of the Jagat. See, if the clay is the cause of the pot, then you can see the clay in the pot. If the gold is the cause of the ornament, you can see the gold in the ornament. So also if Sat is the cause of a Jagat, then you should be able to see Sat. That's how people should be able to perceive that. Yadi duragamatvat no upalabhyate. Your answer is, it is extremely difficult to comprehend, or duragama, extremely difficult to know, and therefore no upalabhyate, it is not perceptible. Tari muksho sadjnana bhavat. Then how will the mumukshu ever come to this understanding or the comprehension that Sat is the cause? So we have this Jagat in front of us. So from the Jagat, all the universe of names and forms, if you cannot see Sat, as far as parts are concerned, you can see the clay, and therefore you can comprehend that the clay is the material cause of the pot. When you see Jagat of names and forms, if you do not see Sat, then how do you ever arrive at the knowledge of Sat? Mumuksho sadjnana bhavat. Then mumukshu cannot have the knowledge of Sat or Brahman. Moksha anupatti iti. Therefore, without the knowledge there cannot be moksha. It is shankantaramaha yadi. Next shanka. Subhashyakara says, Yadi tatsata jagato moolam kasmat na upalabhyate ityetada drishtante nama bhagavan bhuya eva vijñāpayatvati tatha saumyeti hovacha pita. So, yadi tat sat jagatah moolam, if that Sat is the moolam, the cause of this Jagat, the creation, kasman nopalabhyate, then how come it is not perceived, even though even the banyan tree was not perceived that. So it was a Shraddhatsva. And so also, now, Kasman, I don't know where it is where do you expect to see this Sat? No upalabhyate. In the Jagat you do not see the Sat. That's how it has to be understood. There he was showing the seed, and there the banyan tree was not perceptible. Have Shraddha that the banyan tree is there very much here, and similarly Jagat is very much there in Sat. So there the Vailakshanyam, the idea was Vailakshanyam, not seeing or not seeing. But anyway, so question was Vailakshanyam, so total contradictory or different nature of the cause and effect. But the demonstration was how the effect is not seen in the cause and still it is there. Okay, so Sat Karyavada. Now next question is, if Sat is there, how you don't see? Where do you expect to see? I guess in the world. So in Jagat you expect to see Sat. So yadi tat sat jagatah moolam kasmat na upalabhyate. How come you do not see it? Iti etat drishtante nama bhagavan bhuya vijñāpayatu. May you please, the Venerable Sir, please explain to me with an illustration. So now that is where the Tikakara clarifies. This Tikakara takes time to clarify things. Anandagiri says, apratyakshasyari jaganmulasya astitvam pratipadaitum uttara grandham avatarayati. Apratyakshasyari jaganmulasya. So in Jagat, you do not see the moolam, I guess. That's how it must be. Astitvam pratipadaitum. That even though you do not perceive, you do not see with your eyes or you cannot experience it with your sense organs, then also it is there. Iti pratipadaitum. That sat or existence is for explaining that with reasoning. Uttara Grantham, the following text is meant for explaining with reason how the cause, even if it is not evident, is there. So here the other Tikakara say there are two Shankas involved. One Shanka or doubt is, if you do not see Sat, then the Mumukshu cannot have knowledge of Sat, in which case he cannot have moksha. Number one. Then, Yadi Durgamasyapi Upayantarena Jnanam Sambhavati Iti Uchyate. That is in fact what is said in the next passage. Yadi Durgamasyapi, something which is very difficult to comprehend. Upayantarena Jnanam Sambhavati. So, even though you may not be able to comprehend it with the available means of knowledge, by other means of knowledge it is possible to know. Iti uchyate. If you mean to say that even if you cannot comprehend with the sense organ, there is some other way by which you can know, if that's the idea. So, etad drishtantena bodhayati, then please make me see with a drishtanta or illustration. It is shankantara madhyahritya. That is a shanka here. That if you do not comprehend something by one means of knowledge, it can be comprehended by other means of knowledge. It is adhyahritya shankavakyam yojaniyam. First of all, if Sat is not visible, then how can you have the knowledge of Sat? How can there be moksha? If it is not visible, then also you say that it can be known through other means of knowledge, then please demonstrate how something which is not perceptible also can be known through other means of knowledge. For that, give me drishtanta. So Tikakara says, so why did the second Shanka was stated by Anyatha Drishtantena Upayantarena Tadjnana Sadhanasya Anupayoga Prasangat? This second Shanka was not there, then Drishtanta tells you how you can know that solved through other means of knowledge. That would not have served the purpose if this Shanka was not involved in that. Uttarama tathayati. So then the father said, Tatha swameti hovacha pita. Okay, my dear, may it be that I will explain to you again with an illustration. So go to page number 276. Bhashyakara says, Vidyamanam vastu na upalabhyate prakarantarena tu upalabhyate iti shrunvatra dushtantam yadi cha imam artham pratyakshīkartum ichchasi. Vidyamami vastu, even though vastu or a thing is there. No upalabhyate, but you do not see it. Upalabhyate, do not see it. Don't perceive it. Because the other means that is present also is perception only. You do not see with your eyes, but you can taste it. Anyway, so no upalabhyate, meaning that you do not see that. Prakarantarena tu upalabhyate, but then you can perceive it or know it through other means of knowledge. It is true. That is what Bhashyakara says. So Drishtanta is for that purpose. Question was, how come it is not seen? But the answer is, if it cannot be seen by one means, it can be seen by other means. There the Tikakara added another Shanka there. Iti Shrumatra Drishtantam. Then listen to this illustration. Yadi cha imam artham pratyakshikatam ichchasi. If you want to pratyakshikatam, comprehend it directly, immediately, that yes, even though something cannot be known through one means of knowledge, it can very well be known through other means of knowledge. If you want to make it your own experience, then listen to this illustration or see this demonstration. Drishtantam Shrunu is not there. In fact, there is something done here. With reference to rivers, etc., it was only hearing. With reference to the fruit of the banyan tree, it was more than hearing. It was experiment. So here also is an experiment of the salt and the salt dissolved in water. It is an experiment. So let us go through the experiment, then you can see. Siddhanagiri na upalabhyate svena prakaraneti sheshaha. As it is not perceived. Iti imavartham pratyakshikardam yadi ichchasi tari drishtannamatra shruniti yojana. If you rightly comprehend that, then listen to this illustration. Or the other Tikakaras upalabhyate iti atra drishtannam shrunu. Okay. So very drishtanta upalabhyate, that it can be perceived, that is the purpose of the drishtanta illustration. Bhashyakara says, so let us read the passage. Lavanam etata udake avadhaya atha ma pratah upasidatha iti स तथा चकार तम होवाच यद्दोषा लवणम उदके अवाधाः अंग तदाहरेति तद्ध अवमृश्य न विवेद. Lavanam etad lavanam. Must be the father must have presented a lump of salt before the son. Etad lavanam. Udake avadhaya. He Shvetaketu, place a lump of salt in water. In a container of water, of course. Not just in water, meaning in a lake or something. In a container, such as a pot, etc. Athama pratah upasidatha iti. This must be said the previous night. So tomorrow morning now, come to me. Bring this to me in short, Upasida means come, but bring this to me next morning. So tatha chakara, that's what Shvetaketu did. Meaning that the previous night he dropped a piece of lump of salt in water. Next morning, that pot of water he brought before the father, as the father told him to do. Tam hovacha, to the son, father said, Yad dosha means night. Yad dosha lavanam udake avadaha. He Shvetaketu, that lump of salt, not salt, the lump of salt, which you dropped in water the previous night. Tad ahareti, please bring that. Please bring that lump of salt which you dropped in the water last night. Tad avamrushya. He in fact searched for it. Na viveda, but could not find it. Did not see, know it, could not find it. So Swetaketu searched for the lump of water, a lump of salt in that water, and could not find it. Okay, let us read the next passage also. Yatha vilinameva anga asya antad achameti kathamiti lavanamiti madhyat achameti kathamiti lavanamiti antat achameti kathamiti lavanamiti abhiprasya etada atha ma upasidathaha iti tadha tatha chakara tashashvat samvartate tam hovacha atra vava kila sata somya na nibhalayase atraiva kila iti. Yatha vilinam. My son, the reason why you cannot see it is because it is dissolved in water. Anga asyantad abadan. What's the proof that the salt is there? You do not see it in the form in which you dropped it last night. What's the proof that it is there? So it says, Anga asyantad achamayati. May you take a sip from the top of this. Kathamiti, how does it taste? Lavanamiti, it is salty. Madhyat achama, there must be a way of also taking it. He must, from the middle. Because if you take a spoon, then there is no way of. So if you had some kind of a pipette or whatever, then you can take a straw from the middle. So madhyat achamahiti. Now taste it from the middle. Kathamiti, how does it taste? Lavanamiti, it is salty. Antat achamahiti, from the bottom now may you taste. Kathamiti, how does it taste? Lavanamiti, salty. Meaning that the salt is there and is all pervasive is proven by this illustration, by these experiments. That's all. So even though you do not perceive it through your eyes, it is possible to comprehend it through other means of knowledge, in this case, taste. Aviprasyetat ma upasidha. Now throw it away. Throw this water and come to me again. Tadda tatha chakara. Then he, Swetaketu, did exactly what he was told, threw away that water and came back to the father. Tashatsvat samvardate. This is a sentence of Swetaketu. Says, this salt is there all the time. That we could see. Salt is there all the time, exists. So Swetaketu could see from this experiment that salt always exists. Even though it may not be perceptible to the eyes, the salt always exists in the water. That was very clear to him. Tam hovacha. Therefore the father says, Atra vava kevala sat somya na nibhalayase. Look at his body. You do not see the sat. Look at the jagat or his body. Hey somya, you do not nibhalayase. You do not perceive sat. Atraiva kilayati. But it is very much there, here itself. Just as even though the salt you do not see, it is very much there. Similarly, sat also, even though you do not see, it is very much there. Eating. So Bhashyakara says, Pinda Rupam Lavanam Etata Ghatadau Udake Avadhaya Prakshipya Athama Mam Shvaha Prataha Upasidathaha Upagachethaha Ide. Etat pinda rupam lavanam, that's also important. Lavanam is not, it is not powder of salt. Pinda rupam lavanam. What the father presented before the son was a lump of salt. So Bhashyakara says, pinda rupam lavanam. It was a lump of salt. Etat, this one here, lump of salt. Etat ghatadau udake avadhaya. Text says udake avadhaya. Drop it in water. Bhashyakara ghatadau, in a pot or some container like that, in that water, in the water, you drop this. Prakshipya, throw it in there. Then athama mam shvaha means tomorrow, pratah, tomorrow morning, these gaps have to be filled. Upasidathaha, may you again come back to me tomorrow morning. Avagaccheta, upagaccheta means come to me, iti. Then says Anandagiri, iti रात्रेः अत्यानन्तर्यम् अथ शब्दार्थः. So अथमा प्रातः उपसीदसाः. That there is an atha in the Shruti. Thereafter. Thereafter means what? Ratreः atyanantaryam. After the night has passed, thereafter you come back to me. Iti. जगन्मूलम स्वतः अप्रत्यक्षापि प्रत्यक्षम उपायांतरेणेति पित्रा उक्तार्थ. So Pitta, father says that Jagat Moolam Swatah Apratyakshamapi. Jagat Moolam, this Sat which is Swatah by itself is not evident, Apratyakshamapi. Pratyaksham Upayantarana Pitra Uktartha. Father said that you can make it evident. Even though Sat may not be evident to you through one means of knowledge, through other means of knowledge, you can make it evident, you can comprehend, you can make it the matter of your experience. So you do not experience Sat right now, but you can make it a matter of your experience through other means of knowledge. This is what Father meant to say. So when Tatha iti hovacha, when Father said, may it be so, then this is what the Father meant. So, iti pitra uktaha arthaha. Imam artham pratyakshikatam ichchasi. If this is what you want to see, what is this? So, Pita says that what you cannot comprehend through perception, you can comprehend it through other means of knowledge. This is what Father wanted to say to Son. And that's what Shvetaketu wanted to experience. Tam pratyakshi chikeshu. Shvetaketu is desirous of make it his own experience or comprehend it. Ghatadau udake pindarupam lavanam ratro prakshipya. In a pot or some other container, the lump of salt at night he placed in there or put in there. Tadatyanantaram. And then at the Ratrav, so at the conclusion or end of the night, Pratakale Pitu Samipam Shvetaketu Gatavanati. Next morning, Shvetaketu went before the father. Itya Sahayati. So Bhashyakara says, Saha Pitroktamartham प्रत्यक्षीकर्तुम इच्छन् तथा चकार. So therefore Anandagiri explained Pitroktam Artham, that Jagan Moolam, that cause of the Jagat which is Sat, even though it is not evident, can be comprehended through other means of knowledge. This is what Shvetaketu wanted to see for himself and desirous of that. Tatha Chakara, he did exactly what his father instructed him to do. The next sentence, Tam hovacha paredyuhu prataha yallavanam dosha ratrau udake avadaha nikshiptavanasi anga he vatsa tadahara ityuktaha tallavanam ajihirshuhu ha kila avamrusya udake na viveda na vijñātavān yatha tallavanam vidyamanameva sat apsu līnam samsrishtam abhūt tam hovacha. So when Shvetaketu did as the father instructed him to do, because he was desirous of comprehending what the father wanted to communicate and see it for himself, make his own experience. To him, Hovacha, father said, Paredyuhu Prataha. So next, Hovacha Paredyuhu Prataha, comma. Next morning. Paredyu means next, Prata means morning. So next day morning, Paredyu means next day morning, father told him. Yad lavanam, yat means what? Yad lavanam, that lump of salt. Dosha means ratrau, udake avadaha, nikshiptavanasi. Hey Shvetaketu, that lump of salt which last night you put in the water, placed in the water. Anga hevasa tat ahara. So father is asking the son specifically to bring that lump of salt which he has put in water. Ityuktaha Shvetaketu, who was told to do this, to bring that lump of salt. Tad lavanam ajihirshuhu. Ahara, please bring ajihirshuhu, ahartam ichu. One, the Shvetaketu was desirous of bringing the lump of salt before the father. Ha means killer, avamrusya. He searched for the lump of water, a lump of salt in the water. Udake avamrusya na viveda, but he could not find it. Na vijñātavān, meaning that he could not see it. Anyatha tallavanam vidyamaneva sat apsulinam samslishtam abhūt. No, so vijñāta, yatha, not anyatha. Vijñātavān yatha tallavanam vidyamaneva sat. What he could not see? Tallavanam, that lump of salt. Vidyamaneva sat, even though it was present there. Tadapsulinam, it was in fact dissolved in the water. Samslishtam abhūt. So when he placed the lump of salt the previous night, then the lump of salt was distinct from water, he could see. Next morning, samslishtam, it got mixed up with water. Meaning that lump of salt no more retained its distinct presence, and therefore, because it got dissolved, and therefore Shvetaketu could not find that lump of salt from the water. Yatha, that he could not understand. So yatha, how the salt which was there, lump, that how come he was not able to find it? That Shvetaketu did not understand. I placed the lump of salt last night. Where is it? So he could not find it. He could not understand why he could not find it. That lump of salt was dissolved in water. It was no more distinct from, it no more had a distinct presence, so distinct from water. He could not understand that, and therefore father has to tell him. Says the Tika, yatha vidyamaneva tallavanam vilinam abhutada na viveda. How that lump, that water, the salt, which was very much there, but it got dissolved in water, and therefore is not visible, that Shvetaketu could not see. Iti. Because vilayo nasha. Somebody may say that thing that the salt is gone, is no more there. So, because not visible, so somebody may conclude that the salt is destroyed. Says no, samslishtam, it is dissolved, not destroyed. Samslishtam, it is mixed up, no more distinct. That he could not see, understand. Yadva yathartatah vidyamanameva na vivedeti va, or so it may not be Shanka that the salt is no more there, or yathartha vidyamanam, that salt is very much there, na viveda, still Shvetaketu could not determine how it is there. So salt is there, but Shvetaketu could not determine how it is there, so that he did not see, na viveda iti va. Again, Anni says in line 21, Yatha tat pinda rupam lavanam prakshetat pragavut tathana vijnadavan. That's important. That salt which was in the form of a lump the previous night, in that manner Shvetaketu did not see that salt. Iti. Says Anagiri, Udake prakshiptam lavanam vimrushyapi na vijñāyate ched asadevata hi tadijasankya. Hey, last night I dropped a lump of salt in this water, and now even though I am searching for the lump all over the water, I do not find it. Then maybe Shvetaketu may think that it is not there, like the other Tikakara. So says, no, vidyamana sat. Even though the salt is existent, but because it is dissolved in water, therefore he could not find it in that form, which he could not quite comprehend. What happened? That even though the salt is there, how come I cannot find it? If I cannot find it, then how to find it? Two Shankas are there. That in the water, the salt is very much there, how come I cannot find it? Number two, if I cannot find it with my eyes or by searching, how to find it? What's the upayantara? What's the other means? Siddhani kimitari chakshusha sparsheneva no upalabhyate. See, Shvetaketu applied two means of knowledge. He could not see it, and then he tried to retrieve the lump of salt with sparsha. So with eyes and with the sense of touch, he could not see it, could not perceive it. See, perception does not only mean seeing with eyes. Perception means experience with any sense organ. That's called perception. But here it is not perception, not seeing with the eyes, nor with the sense of touch. Katham tari tasya vidyamanatvam avagatam. Then how did Shvetaketu determine that the salt was present there? So Bhashyakara says, next passage, Yatha vilinam lavanam navetha tathapi tachakshusha sparshanena cha pindarupam lavanam agruhyamanam vidyate eva apsu upalabhyate cha upayantarena ityetad putram pratyayayitum icchan aha. Yatha vilinam lavanam, that lump of salt which is dissolved in water. Navetha. Hey Shvetaketu, even though the salt is there, you do not comprehend it, do not see it, do not experience it. So Shvetaketu experienced the previous night the lump of salt with his eyes as well as with his sense of touch. He applied the same means of knowledge next morning and could not experience that salt. Tathapi tat chakshusha. So even though the salt is there, tathapi tat chakshusha sparshanena cha pinda rupam lavanam agruhyamanam. But that lump of salt cannot be seen, nor can it be touched. So the agruhyamanam cannot be experienced, cannot be perceived, cannot be vidyate eva. So even though you do not see it, it is very much there. That is one thing. With eva apsu upalabhyate cha upayantarena. And number one, even though you do not see it, it is there. And even though you could not experience it with the eyes and with the sense of touch, you can experience it through other means of upayantara, through other means of knowledge. Iti. Etat putram pratyayatam icchan. The father who was desirous of making the son see this. Aha, he said. Says Anagiri, Yadyapi pindarupam lavanam udake kshiptam avamrishyapi chakshusparshanabhyam natvam vetha. Even though that lump of salt which was dropped in the water the previous night, avamrishyapi, even though you search for it next morning, chakshusparshanabhyam, so he tried to by chakshu and sparsha. He could not see, he could not touch. Natvam vetha, meaning that hey Shvetaketu, you are not able to experience that salt with eyes or with a sense of touch. Tathapi tat tatra vidyate, even then, even though you do not see it, it is very much existent there. Yataha, there because of which tabhyam agruhyamanapi, it is there. Therefore, even though you cannot experience it with eyes or sense of touch, tatra upayantarana, because it is there, therefore it is possible to experience it through other method, because it is there. So by one method or one means of knowledge you cannot experience it, but since it is there, it is possible to experience it through other means of knowledge. Iti etartham pratyayayitum. This is what the father wanted to communicate to the son or make the son see. Uttaram vakyam. So, for making Shvetaketu see this is the purpose of the following passage. Same thing the other Tikakar also says. Uktanuvada purukam. That is included in the first passage, but it's there in the second. Uktanuva in the line 31. Uktanuvada purukam uttarvakya apekshitam sadantam avatarayati. Ukta anuvada purukam, reiterating what is said. Uttarvakya apekshitam sadantam avatarayati. So what is required for the next sentence, to explain next sentence, Bhashyakara says yathayati. So yatha and sadantam up to the word sat. उत्तरवाक्य अपेक्षितम सदंतम अवतारति यथायति. हाँ पश्चात क्या चाहिए मैं 5वीं लिटी में. Okay, so it says yatha anyway, so it should not be yatha then. There is yatha there, that yatha. Vijñātavan yatha tal lavanam vidyamana vasat apsulinam So then it is in the first passage only. यद्यपि न वेत्तद् विद्यते एव यद्यपि चक्षुषा स्पर्शेन गृह्यते तथापि उपलभ्यते च उपायति योजना. Okay, so even though you do not see, it is there, and what you cannot comprehend through the eyes and the sense of touch, it is there very much. So that yatha is a yatha in the 9th line, last but one word, yatha. Okay. Alright, so we'll continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानिनाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखम् मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्